Good day, our dear listeners. It's been a wonderful time. Thank you for joining in always on Amogate Radio Communication, and welcome to another insightful episode of Amogate Radio Communications, where we explore the evolving intersections of leadership, technology, and humanity. And this is a very important program that started last week Tuesday. So you've always joined me, and I want you to always continue to join me on this very, very important program where we talk about leadership, technology, and the future. Well, I'm your host. I'm Kola Johnson, and I'm here to bring you another insightful and wonderful show this very day. Today's conversation takes us into a world where leadership is no longer defined solely by human instinct or charisma. You see, we've always defined leadership by charisma. We've always defined leadership to instinct and all of those things. But we want to have a slightly, a bit of a detour in that sense. But also, want to look into what data says, what algorithm says, what artificial intelligence says, and I just wanted to look into the topic, the human algorithm. That is, want to look at balancing data-driven insight with empathy, intuition, and ethics in leadership. I'll say that again. The human algorithm, balancing data-driven insights with empathy, intuition, and ethics in leadership. This is a very important topic, and I know you have something to learn. I want you to come out, sit, carry your pen, carry your jotter. This is going to be a very wonderful ride. So follow me as we continue this ride. We are living, this is very important. We are living in an era where leaders have dashboards full of analytics, and that is the reality of our time. AI tools that predict trends and machine learning systems that recommend decisions. And this is not bad. Yet, despite all that precision, one thing remains irreplaceable: the human touch. I want you to know that no matter what AI, no matter what data, no matter what insight you have from whatever AI is providing for you, it is important to not forget the human heart, that is the human touch, because again, the best algorithm is the human heart. I'll say that again. The best algorithm is the human heart. So whatever we do as leaders in Africa, in Asia, in America, whatever we do as leaders, we are leading organizations, we are leading families, we are leading any institution. One thing is very important, and that is the human touch to whatever AI or algorithms are bringing to us. Joel Paul from Stanford University wrote in his paper in 2024, very important, and the paper is human-centric leadership. He said, technology can enhance leadership, but only empathy can sustain it. I'll say it again. Technology can enhance leadership, but only empathy can sustain it. You see, empathy is one of the very, very important skill every leader must have. Very important skill every leader must have. Because while AI or technology or algorithm drives data, empathy drives people. I'll say that again. While technology drives data, empathy drives people. I see at the center of every data is human. At the center of every technology is human. So we must understand the importance of human in every data, in every algorithm we are trying to build. So how do we, there's a very important question I want us to answer today. How can leaders remain deeply human in a data-driven world? How can leaders, I want you to take that as a food for thought as we continue to have a wonderful ride in this awesome conversation. How can leaders remain deeply human in a data-driven world? It's easy for you to lose your humanity as a leader in this data-driven world, and that is very true. Leadership in the AI age is undergoing a profound transformation. from authority to authenticity, from command to connection, to so many much more. But one of the things we are keen on, and I want you to listen to this. One of the very things we are very keen on in Amogate is this soft landing your organization can have in collaborating with data output with human input. By we do this by training your staff on the proper way to go about it, so you can have a soft landing. And I want you to understand that, because at Amogate, what we do is trainings, we do strategy, we help you implement, we help you build product, we help you build tech product that can help your organization automate, yet not forgetting the humanity of your leadership. And this is very important. The human algorithm is a term that captures this balance, and it's very important for us to see that it represents the blending of human intuition, emotional intelligence, and ethics with the analytical power of data-driven systems. It's the dance between what the data says and what the human knows. Is that thing in between a very important thing to say. That thing in between what the data is saying and what the human heart knows. One thing I want to take out or take as a very important lesson in today's episode is the fact that data is good, but don't allow data itself be the determinant of the decision you take. There are human factor to every decision that you need to take. Consider the human factor, and it's very important. It will drive your organization to better places. AI can analyze employees' engagement scores, predict performance trends, or even optimize workflow, but it cannot sense fatigue. I want you to see that, because we have to be very deliberate as leaders. We are talking to ourselves here as leaders. It cannot sense fatigue. It cannot feel inspiration. It cannot interpret silence. AI cannot interpret silence. Linguistically, silence is a form of word. It's a word in itself. Silence is a word in itself. So how does AI understand what kind of interpretation to give to silence? So you see, there are many things AI can do very intelligent, but the human connection to AI needs to be stressed. And I will stress that over and over in this particular episode. That's why leadership today demands a hybrid mindset, one that integrates machine precision with moral and emotional depth. Moral and emotional depth. According to the World Economic Forum of 2025 again, which I quoted last week, I remember very important episode. I want you to go back to that episode and listen to it. It's a very important episode. It will change the landscape of your organization. It will help you see better. It will help you see how AI can help you make certain moves in your organization and take your organization to better places. By 2017, in World Economic Forum of 2025, it says by 2027, over 75% of managerial roles will require data fluency. Did you see that now? Over 75%, I'll say that again, of managerial roles will require data fluency. Yet, emotional intelligence and ethical reasoning will be the top related competence for leadership effectiveness. I'll just read that again because I added my own words to it. So I will read it the way it is so you will have a full picture. By 2027, over 75% of managerial roles will require data fluency. Yet, emotional intelligence and ethical reasoning will be the top rated competencies from leadership effectiveness. I want you to sit on that thought alone. Just sit on it. Understand it. Go with the flow. Go with the flow of that thought. So in essence, this is what we are saying. The human algorithm is leadership that uses data to inform, not define, to empower, not replace, and to serve humanity, not to command it. I'll say that again. Come on, I love this wonderful quote because it really bridges the gap between technology and humanity. I'll read it again because I read it. It's a very wonderful thing. I had to put it down and read it to you, my wonderful audience. The human algorithm is leadership that uses data to inform, not define, to empower, not replace, and to serve humanity, not to command humanity. So in this alone, we see ethics, we see ethical reasoning, we see emotional intelligence and other skills that are needed for the leader. So I have some questions and I have some answers. So just follow my questions because these are questions that are very important. A top burner question, a four burning question that we all need to answer. Now the first question is, can data and empathy coexist in leadership? Can data and empathy coexist in leadership? The answer is absolutely. Absolutely. Data gives leaders clarity, but empathy gives them direction. For instance, during the pandemic, and listen to this example, it will help you. During the pandemic, Microsoft used AI tools to analyze productivity, but they also introduced virtual commute features on Teams to help employees transition emotionally between home and work. Data helps them measure efficiency. Empathy helps them preserve sanity. I'll read that line again. Data helps them measure efficiency. Empathy helps them preserve sanity. This is Microsoft you are talking about here. Microsoft. So absolutely, data and empathy can coexist in leadership. They can coexist. It is the leader that should know. You should know as a leader when or how to interpret data and the effect of what you are interpreting on the people you are leading, the effect of that data on your decision. Because it's not every data that AI gives you that requires immediate decision. That AI says that the data is saying go this way does not mean you should immediately go that way. You might eventually go that way, but it is important that you sit with it, check everything that needs to be checked, check other things that need to be put in place before taking that particular decision. And this reminds me of what Amogate did during the lockdown. We did something in Amogate during the lockdown. We trained people in leadership, we incorporated the futuristic features of what technology provided for us then with what was attainable at the time. Our data proved that people were really interested in business growth, but human intelligence helped us coordinate this growth better. And that was what it did for us at that time. It helped us coordinate the growth, in a more proper sense, even though it was pandemic. So you see, and the second question I want us to look into today is, what is the risk of over-reliance on data? Because let's not deny the fact that yes, there's the over-reliance on data, but we need to also understand the risks of over-reliance on data. The danger of us over-relying on data, it lies in algorithmic blindness. Blindness. When leaders trust models, they trust AI, they trust their data, they depend solely on what AI gives to you. You depend solely on what the algorithm gives to you more than your people. It's called algorithmic blindness. So as a leader, it's not expected for you to overtrust. It is good to accept the data because it is real, it is factual. And that's the thing about AI, that's the thing about algorithm. It is factual, it's dealing with the fact, is that intelligent. But we are talking of, who do you trust AI is predictable. Yes, and that is why you can get data from it. You can get data from it. In 2020, so this is a very important example. I mean, I had to smile at this point because it's very important. It shaped Amazon. In 2020, Amazon had to abandon an AI hiring tool that penalized female applicants because it learned from biased historical data. Did you see that now? Did you see that now? It had to abandon that AI because, yes, AI had data, but humans need to check what data AI is producing. We still need to make a decision. We still need to. So imagine Amazon had depended solely on what data they had. They will have still by now been in that trend of just penalizing female applicants. And that will not be a balanced workplace. It will not be a balanced thing. It will be biased. Yes, data is factual, but data can be biased. And that is why when you have data, you as the leader must sit with that data. You must understand that data, and you must be able to apply that data with good decision. And this brings me to the third question. Can AI enhance empathy rather than replace it? Can AI enhance empathy rather than replace it? Yes. The answer is yes. If used wisely, it can. If used wisely, AI can enhance empathy. It doesn't need to replace it. In fact, empathy is a humanistic thing. Well, with the growth of AI, maybe in the future, I can't say what can be and what cannot be. But the truth is, yes, it can enhance it. At this level, it can enhance it. But currently, it cannot replace it. With what we know of AI currently, it cannot replace it. So here's an example. In Cleveland, in US, they use AI driven sentiment analysis to identify emotionally distressed patients, but it's human nurses who respond with compassion. The AI only signals who needs empathy. Humans deliver it. So sentiment analysis is another kind of data that is used to enhance empathy in that sense. Enhancing it in the sense that it helps you to know quickly, again, data. It helps you to quickly know those who need empathetic support. But it is not AI that will really give that empathy. It is not AI, because AI will always speak based on its perceived or received data. AI does not think outside the box of the data that is given to it. AI thinks within the data, and so whatever it's doing it within the confines of the billions of data it has. And that is why the data it provides is usually many times very accurate. And that is what makes it intelligent. But you see, empathy is a human thing. Empathy is not, there's no one way fits all to how you support people empathetically. Every situation is different. And that is what leaders must understand. So even in Cleveland, that understanding came to know that AI had told us who needs empathy, but AI cannot empathize with that person. Human nurses need to empathize with that person. And the fourth question I want to answer this very day is, what defines successful leadership in this AI age? Again, what defines successful leadership in this AI age? Because we keep talking about data, we keep talking about empathy, we keep talking about emotional intelligence, we keep talking about AI, we keep talking about data, we keep talking about algorithms. So what really defines a successful leadership in this AI age? It's very important for us to answer. A leader's success will not be measured by how many systems they automate. Please listen to this. Please listen to it. A leader's success will not be measured by how many systems they automate, but by how many humans they uplift. By how many humans they uplift. So again, let's come back to something. AI will give you data, but you as the leader, you must be human conscious. You must be human conscious, because you are not leading machines. You are actually leading humans. You are not leading machines. You are enhancing them. You are actually enhancing machines. That is your job. And you need humans to actually enhance machines. So you see, there was a Harvard Business Review of 2023. This is the way it puts it. The future belongs to leaders who are as fluent in empathy as they are in Excel sheets. So, in other words, leaders who are fluent in empathy and fluent in data. So you see, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that data is not important. I'm saying that you must know how to bridge the gap between data and empathy, data and human, algorithm and human. You must understand human algorithm and you must understand AI algorithm. Very important. Leadership in this age rests on some pillars that I will mention as we go on. And one of the pillars I want to mention is leaders must understand AI's potential and limitations. Leaders don't need to code. You don't have to code, but they must ask the right questions of data. In Singapore's Digital Leaders Program, government officials are taught algorithmic accountability, how to interpret, challenge, and ethically apply machine insights. This is futuristic thinking. This is thinking towards the future, and this is putting humans at the heart of whatever you are saying. So it is not just that you are driving technology, it is not just that you are driving data, but you must also drive human growth, because the growth of human always in many cases determines the growth of machines. How you put humans at the center, because it is humans that build machines. It is important for us to know this. A 2024 PwC study found that 63% of global executives admit they rely on AI insights daily, yet only 27% fully understand how those insights are generated. This knowledge gap is where digital literacy becomes leadership currency. So as leader, you must know things about this data, but much more important, you must be empathetic. The other one I want to talk about is ethical leadership ensures technology serves humanity, not exploit it. AI can amplify human biases if left unchecked. For instance, facial recognition systems misidentifies darker skin tones 10 to 100 times more than lighter ones. And this is according to MIT Media Lab. That's all the truth. Leaders must therefore champion fairness, transparency, and inclusion, not as compliance, but as conviction. The other one I want to talk about, as I begin to talk about the pillars, is while AI can read emotions through data, it cannot feel them. I mentioned it the other time. It cannot feel them. It cannot feel this emotion. It can read it. When I was talking about the Cleveland scenario in US, it cannot feel emotion. It cannot support empathetically. But of course, it can give us data of those who are emotionally distressed. Empathy builds trust, the ultimate algorithm for human connection. During COVID-19, global companies like Unilever launched mental health days, an empathy-based training for managers. The result, a 25% increase in employee trust and innovation. These are data proven, research proven. And lastly, on this pillar, the half-life of professional skills is now under 5 years. This is LinkedIn Learning Report of 2024. You see that now. The half-life of professional skills is now under 5 years. Leaders must unlearn and relearn. India's Tata Consulting Services runs AI for Leaders, a program teaching executives how to adapt emotionally and strategically to new digital realities. And this is very important for every leader. These four pillars, that I've just mentioned, from the architect of the human algorithm, is the balance between technology mastery and human mastery. I'll say that again: the balance between technology mastery and human mastery. We must master technology and we must master humanity. The interesting fact that I just want to mention here again is that Amogate serves as a bridge between product and training. It's one of the very things we really do at Amogate: product and training. And it's very important for you to know that this means that we build digital product that solves problem for you, and we also ease you into using the product by training you on how to use this product. We've done it in the past and we can still do it again for you now and even going forward. And this has been Amogate Radio Communication. I will take a short break now, and when we come back, we'll look into some real life case study of what we are talking about. So please stay tuned. This has been Amogate Radio Communication program. Thank you. I still remain your host, Kola Johnson.
Amogate, founded in 2008 out of a desire to build transgenerational structures for organizations, institutions, and nations. We have worked with large businesses, international development organizations, and public sector ministries and agencies. Amogate, our uniqueness is that we do not just work for you, we work with you. For example, we do not leave you to the task after sourcing talent that will help the new hire settle into robust leadership development programs. We are technical experts in advising and supporting institutions on strategy and leadership, artificial intelligence, strategic human resource management, public sector reform, finance, audit and tax, FAT, and strategic communications. We do all this and more out of a desire to transform nations through institutions and organizations. For further inquiries, email contact@theamogate.org or call +234 810 999 6666, +234 807 957 4151, and +161 0504 6026. www.theamogate.org. Amogate, building to endure and transforming nations through institutions and organizations.
Welcome back to Amogate Radio Communication. This has been a very wonderful program, Leadership, Technology, and the Future. And today we are talking about human algorithm, looking into the heart of leadership, empathy. How that AI and algorithm are providing data, and then the human decision in leadership is also very important. It's been a very insightful program, and I hope you are jotting something down. You are getting things through this program that will help your organization, that will help your business. So let's move on. I'm talking about right now the real life case studies that we can learn from. And the first one I want to talk about is the Satya Nadella, that is Microsoft Empathy Revolution. When Satya Nadella became CEO in 2014, he transformed Microsoft's culture from know it all to learn it all. And he wrote a book, Hit Fresh, which emphasizes empathy as a superpower. Under his leadership, Microsoft integrated AI across products, but with a human-centered mission: accessibility, inclusivity, and collaboration. This approach increased company value from $300 billion to over $3 trillion in 2025. How more do you want to learn? How more do you want to understand the importance of data and the importance of empathy? We must learn this as leaders. And the other real life example I want to look into is the New Zealand's well-being budget. In 2019, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, introduced a well-being budget prioritizing mental health and social outcomes alongside GDP. Data analytics informed decisions, but empathy drove agenda. You see that again, even within the confines of policy making, politics, international politics, data is very important, but empathy drives agenda. Is very important. This model has since influenced global discussions on using data for compassion, not just for control. And this is a very burning conversation: data for compassion and not just for control. While you use data to control, it is not just for that, it is for compassion. And across Kenya digital transformation in governance, Kenya's e-citizen platform uses AI to simplify public service delivery. But to ensure inclusion, the government partnered with civil organizations to train rural communities. It's a model of data-driven equity, ensuring that automation empowers rather than excludes. You see now, automation must empower, and that is one thing we must also know as leaders, so that when you're automating certain things, use it to empower rather than exclude. Use it to empower rather than take people out of job, because they are humans. Humans must drive AI. That's the ethics. That's the ethical part of it. And the other case I want to mention is the Cleveland case, which I mentioned the other time, and the AI system. Their AI system, their AI-driven empathy monitoring, it helps detect patient distress early. But instead of letting machine respond, nurses follow up personally, restoring empathy to the center of care. So again, empathy is for humans, but detecting it can be for machines. They can enter certain codes to help you understand the empathy level you want to understand. But when you understand it, you are the one that will come in for that patient, definitely not the machine. And I hope this has been a wonderful program for you as I bring this to conclusion. And as we close today's episode, there are certain things I want you to note. The rise of AI is not the end of humanity in leadership. It's the rebirth of it. I'm not even saying it's the birth. I'm saying it's the rebirth. Rebirth means we need to rethink certain things. We need to rethink how we go about our dailies. We need to rethink certain things, redesign, rebirth. We are not competing with machines. We are not competing with them. I dare say so. We are not competing with them. We are building machines, and we are automating them. We are building machines. We are not competing with them. The future leader is not a data analyst alone, nor an emotional visionary alone, but a balanced fusion of both. Please understand the fusion of data and emotionally intelligent leader. Empathy will remain our compass, ethics our guardrail, and intuition our edge. As Joel Paul wrote in Human-Centric Leadership in 2024, technology may accelerate decisions, but only empathy can humanize them. I'll read it again. Technology may accelerate decisions, but only empathy can humanize them. So, as we step into this future of algorithms and automation, may every leader remember, the most powerful algorithm is still the human heart. The most powerful algorithm is still the human heart. Say it one more time for the culture. The most powerful algorithm is the human heart. This has been Amogate Radio Communication and Amogate Consulting, a strategy development consulting where business solutions are gotten at the speed of strategy and excellent execution. Whatever your business needs, we solve the problem for you. We are here for you, and we care for your business in strategy, in execution, and in building. I'm Kola Johnson, and this again has been Amogate Radio Communication, where we discuss leadership, technology, and the future. And today we have discussed about technology and the heart of algorithm. Until next time, stay thoughtful, stay humane, and lead with empathy. I'll see you again next week. Thank you.